welcome. I'm a chemist by training, but had absolutely no input into choosing the name of this wonderful organization. When Brendon and Omar asked me to be a board member, I said yes before I even knew what the organization did or stood for. I just knew I wanted to work with two visionaries I happened to call friends. In the first or second meeting, I forget which, we started defining what Catalyst needs. I sure had my own ideas, but held back because I was more interested in hearing what everyone else had to say. But three words kept percolating to the top of our conversation: connection, acceleration, and change. For all of us, the founders, board members, and visioning team, we all thought Catalyst, much like its chemical counterpart, would help us form new bonds. These bonds would be forged with those who have a love for new music, new stories, new and daring artistic endeavors. You'll get a glimpse of those tonight for sure. And we'll sit together, shoulder to shoulder, as these composers and performers bare their souls. We'll sit together in the world we call real, breathing in music that went from heart to mind, mind to hand, hand to pen, pen to score, and score to us. For all of us, there was also an urgency to drive, to accelerate toward a new way of being, toward art that represents and illuminates the lived experiences of diverse people, toward a world that prioritizes humanity over machines, depth over what's quick and easy, and what's real over anything artificial, including intelligence. For all of us, we ached to become agents of change in a world, in an artistic community that sometimes feels handcuffed to the past and to narrow definitions of genius and narrow notions of who belongs and deserves to be here. For all of us, Catalyst New Music is for all of us. New music lovers, new story cravers, new opera goers. Yes, Catalyst is for all of us. As I close, I will just share one chemistry lesson with you today. Catalysts themselves are unaltered during the conversion process. So maybe that means this moment, this energy, this momentum, this undying yearning is the catalyst. I don't know. But one thing I know for sure is that we in this audience tonight cannot be the catalyst, because we will forever be changed. And without further ado, I present to you your host for the evening, Mr. Omar Najmi.
Hello, thank you so much, and thank you for those beautiful words, Wes. I'm so thrilled to see all of you here, familiar faces and unfamiliar faces alike. This is a really exciting day for me. One of the things that we're celebrating with this concert is Catalyst's newly acquired nonprofit status. Thank you. And that is really going to expand and open up the possibilities of what we can do as an organization. So we decided we would take this time this evening to connect with you, our community, and revisit excerpts from the works that we have presented in our past that led to what Catalyst is now, and also present a preview performance of what is coming up for us. And I'm very excited to share that with you later on. For those of you who haven't been to a Catalyst performance before, I actually encourage you to feel free to keep your phones on, take pictures, share what you see. We really want to get the word out and spread the Catalyst energy to people who haven't been here yet. We are very, very fortunate to have a special guest here today who I will invite up to the stage in a moment. This is James Dargan, who is a fantastic composer and a fantastic singer as well, and he wrote the piece you will hear first on this program. So please welcome James to the stage.
I wondered how I could sneak up on Omar coming from in front of him, but Alexa, yeah, that's serious. So, yeah, I'm James Dargan. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you so much to Omar and Brendon for conceiving all this and bringing us all together. Brendon asked me to talk about why a song, this thing we sometimes call art song. I think it's kind of a little pretentious, but okay, they're songs, you know. And the program is all song, right? What is opera but kind of big song, right? And I've been thinking about it a little bit anyway, because one of my favorite musicians of all time is Tracy Chapman. And, you know, you can't really, you know, right? And you can't really get kind of further away from how art song or classical song or whatever you want to call it is done than a singer-songwriter like that. Like, for a person like Tracy, making music is a one-stop shop. She doesn't need any help, you know, to create a whole world by herself, a one-woman, one-person show. But that love of that particular kind of song, singer-songwriting kind of thing, does not preclude me or exclude y'all from enjoying this as well, right? It's not different, it's not better, it's different. And the difference is, in fact, in the decentralization, sorry for the four-letter word, for the 50-cent word, but decentralization of the process, right? I've also been thinking about this idea of cooperation a little bit because I got married in March. Yeah, it's cool, it's good. There are some things that you can only experience with someone else. There are some things that grow by being shared. And with an art song, especially one like the things that we assembled through the Fuse program that Catalyst did earlier in the year, that's FUSE, where there are 3 different people involved in creating a song, right? A poet, a composer, and a singer. And actually, obviously, a 4th person, right? So doing that process really confirmed in my mind why I love song, singer-songwriter song so much, and why I love art song, group song so much. Because with a group song, you have 3 or 4 different births of the piece, right? The poet comes first, usually. The composer comes next, usually. The singer and the pianist come next, usually, but everyone has a different vantage point on the same thing. The same thing becomes a many-faceted thing. It grows, right? Every new input grows the piece to a place that you never thought it would go. Speaking as kind of the second link in this process, I could not have imagined what the singer and the pianist would make of what we made. I had no idea what was coming from the poet. So that's reason number 1 to do this kind of thing, to do it often. The other reason is that y'all are the extra input, right? So we come up with all this stuff. We air it to you, and you take away your own version of it. That's such a beautiful thing. There's one single song can have 4 or 5 or 6 or 800 different inputs, and you take away your own version of it. So I think that's a really good reason to do this again and again and again. And I just am so grateful to Brendon and Omar for making another outlet for us to do it anew. I love the old dead people, but I'm very happy to be alive and writing and getting ready to hear a piece that we made together. So thank you all for being here.
could pretend to be movie stars and dim the lights as we see fit. Always leaves me like a
to Brendon, Brianna, James, and also Diego Martinez Campos, who was the poet who's not able to be here today, but who is here with us in his beautiful words. So as James mentioned, the pieces you just heard were premiered as part of our program, Fuse Collaborations in Song. This is something we're hoping to make an annual program. It's a co-production between Catalyst New Music and the Boston Singers Resource, to another wonderful organization. And I think the work that we do through Fuse is really at the heart of what our mission is at Catalyst, and that involves bringing people together. So through our application process, we select 5 composers, 5 poets, and 5 singers who we commission to work together on these new pieces. And one of the things I loved about this year's first inaugural Fuse is that we get people from entirely different parts of the country who may never have otherwise worked together. And we find talented minds that have either, affinities, similarities in their style that we think would work really well together, and we bring them together to produce a new work that had not existed before and would not have existed otherwise. So one of the things that I wanted to mention today is that we are just at the point now of opening up our next round of applications for our next Fuse. We will be seeking out singers, poets, composers, and right now we are looking for sponsors to sponsor these artists. One of the things we're passionate about at Catalyst is that we always fairly compensate our artists. And if you look on your program, I think in the bottom right there's a little QR code, and you can see on the back side of the program as well, there are closer descriptions of what you can do to get involved with us to sponsor either a composer, a poet, or a singer, or an entire team for Fuse. That is one of the most impactful things you can do for us, and there are some fun perks that come with being a sponsor, but also just the satisfaction of knowing that you have been the spark that brought this music into being that would not have otherwise existed. So before we move on to our next piece, which is also from this past year's Fuse, I wanted to have a few words from one of last year's participants.
Hi, my name is...
that is Alejandra Martinez, who was one of our poets last year.
Hi, my name is Alejandra Martinez, and I was a poet participant in the first ever Catalyst New Music Fuse Collaborations in Song. Getting to participate in this program was really meaningful to me, both as a writer and as a singer. I have a long background in music and have a deep love of art song especially. And so getting this opportunity to create an entirely new art song cycle paired together with a composer and a singer that I didn't know but was really ready and raring to get to know and to create art together was such a blast and something that was so special. I don't think that there's anything quite like Fuse Collaborations in Song out there that is really creating an experimental landscape to bring creatives together, not just creatives in terms of poets and composers, but to have a singer in the mix, poets, composers, and singers working together to create something entirely new, a kind of singer-centric art song. It's a dream, it's a blast. I think it's a way that we can truly create an art song that will be more meaningful to people in the present day. So I just want to see more and more coming out of Catalyst Music and out of the continuation of Fuse Collaborations in Song.
suffocation on mother's last breath. Cast a spell of endless snow, la iriua, iriua, iriua. Freeze their wheat, ne bread to eat. Freeze their wheat, ne bread to eat. Split us till we once ahead. Na iriua, 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 iriua. An incantation. Endless snow. Mama, accused of the unthinkable, a puppet of father. Puppets are the devil's work. Why on earth would the magistrate blame my mother? Perhaps he had something to do with it. I know. I'll fetch mother's familiar. He can crawl into the chimney and be my spy. Caw, caw, Hecate, come to me. Hecate, Hecate, come to me. Belladonna and bilberry, the flesh of the fruit from a yew tree. Maiden mother, crown, grant me the eyes of the crow. Grant me the eyes of the crow. Hecate, Hecate, come to me. Would ye look at that? Perched on the smoke shelf, perfect view. He's hunched over, closer carried, closer. There it is! Now swoop down. Place it in his pocket. Everyone, gather round. The magistrate's been doing the devil's bidding. He accused my mother of keeping puppets. Well, I know very well he has one in his own pocket. You see, do you believe me now? Yes. Cast your stones. Cast your stones.
performance. I just love that piece, and it feels very seasonally appropriate right now, too, as we approach October. So, Catalyst New Music sort of coalesced into being over the past three to 4 years, and since we're presenting works from across our history today, I thought I would take us back to the beginnings, to the first piece that was sort of the proto-catalyst before we formalized into this company. So I want to take a moment for a little story time. So I'm a composer and a singer, but as of, like 5 to 7 years ago, I hadn't really written any music. I had a full-time career as a singer, which I still do. But my wonderful husband here suggested to me one day that maybe I should try my hand at writing some music. So naturally, I decided as my first piece of music that I would write a 3-act opera in Spanish. So, and that grew into En la ardiente oscuridad, my first performed piece of music, which I ended up winning the Live Arts Boston grant, and then we worked together with Katie Early, who is a dear friend of ours, a director and a singer, and became sort of foundational in the creation of Catalyst, and she directed this production that we created. And this production went over so well for us, and we so enjoyed being on this creative end of the table of producing and also performing and bringing a new work into existence that we decided we wanted to formalize that and create this company. And that's what led to the company we now have today, where we are not only presenting my own works, but commissioning other composers to write new works, and just being involved in the work of bringing new music to life and bringing it to all of you. So I thought we would bring a little piece of En la ardiente oscuridad to the stage today. So this is a duet from the second act of this opera. The story is a setting of a classic Spanish play. It's a psychological, political drama set in a school for the blind. So please welcome Brianna back to the stage and Laura Intravia to perform a duet from En la ardiente oscuridad.
Felicita, fai altiera che
favorite part of the program. I've been so excited for the past many months for this moment to announce our next major piece with Catalyst. And this is a piece called Zal and the Phoenix. It is by British-Iranian composer Shohreh Shakoory. And Zal and the Phoenix is a multimedia musical fairy tale. It is told with a combination of narration, singing, and gorgeous animations that you will see a little bit of in a moment. But we are so incredibly lucky today that we actually have Shohreh here in person, all the way from the UK, to tell you a little bit about the piece and also to share her amazing talents on the piano. So please welcome Shohreh Shakoory.
Good evening, everyone. Firstly, I extend my gratitude to Omar, Brendon, and the whole Catalyst team for organizing this event, and thank you everyone for joining us this evening. Zal and the Phoenix is a theatrical production for children. It contains storytelling, singing, animation, and a live orchestra. We have adapted the story from the epic poem by Ferdowsi, and the book is called Shahnameh, which is the Book of the King in English. Shahnameh is the longest epic poem that is written by a single author and is over 50,000 lines of poetry. Zal and Phoenix is the story from this book that is timeless and is relevant to all cultures. And even though Ferdowsi wrote it about 1,000 years ago, but it still faces the same issue that we have today. Our creative teams are based in 3 continents. The illustration is done by Iranian artist Vanessa Naghdi, who is a self-taught artist based in Iran. The animation company Overlap, a studio based in Iran. It's run by Sadek Malai, who has been working very hard with his team to make this animation. The music that I have composed is for Western classical orchestra of 30 musicians, including Middle Eastern instrument, the percussion and wind instrument, duduk. I have infused Persian mode and rhythms. And every character is represented by a specific instrument and melody, and to make it possible for children to get the whole concept. And improvisation, which is a common practice in Iranian music, is integral to this score, and it allows daf and tombak, the Iranian percussion, to play solo between the music, written music section. The art of the storytelling was flourished because of Shahnameh. So originally, traditionally was male Farsi storyteller would perform this in a very theatrical way. But now we have Vanessa Naghdi, who will go on for the show tonight, and tell the story of little Zal, who was born with white hair, and he was cast out to Agor's mountain. So because this is a children's production, so I would like, if possible, to have an audience participation. So we have this scene that is, I need you to have it, to make the sound of the big gust of the wind. So we welcome Vanessa to the stage, and then we would have the sound when she comes. Thank you.
While Zal lay on the ground, tired and exhausted, strong wind began to whistle. And there was a fearsome bang. A clap of thunder. Look! A giant bird with wings so large that they filled and darkened the sky. A beautiful bird, not like any of the birds we know. Yes, children, this majestic bird was the mythical Seymour, the queen of birds. She had her nest, her eyrie, at the top of Mount Alborz, and she was like an angel whose fragrance spread to the most remote areas as soon as she rose into the air. Seymour took the baby into her nest. Her chicks, who were hungry and waiting for their mother, looked surprised to see their mother hiding a baby under her wings. Seymour said, "My dears, this is a gift I have brought for you. He will be your stepbrother. You have to be nice to him and take care that he does not get hurt. Now I will go to find you something to eat." From then on, Seymour loved little Zal with all the love a mother could give. She would take him under her wings and feed him with the tastiest morsels. At night, she would let him sleep with her chicks in the eyrie. Zal, accompanied by his warriors, made his way to Mount Alborz, hoping to find his son there. They rode until dark, made camp, and then went to sleep. Sam dreamed. He saw in the dream a high banner on a mountain, surrounded by a huge army. A handsome man came up to him and said, "Are you not ashamed when you call yourself a hero?" Ahura, like a loving nurse, raised the child that you left lying on the mountainside. If you think white hair is a curse, look at yourself, for you also now have white hair. Sam woke up terrified. Ah! In a hurry, he woke the generals of his army, and they all rode together to Mount Alborz. Before the day broke, they reached the mountain, whose summit was as high as the sky, reaching the stars. So he raised his face to the sky and said, "O holy Ahura, I regret my ingratitude, and I am desperate. You are mighty and merciful. Please give my son back." Simorg, who could see everything from the top of the mountain, saw Sam and his companions. She knew instantly that they were seeking Zal. So she called Zal and said, "My son, now is the time for you to leave this place. Your father, Sam Pahlevan, has come to take you. If you agree, I'll bring you to your father." When Zal heard this, he was stunned and speechless. He was sad, and his eyes brimmed with tears. He said to Simorg, "I cannot go with them. Except for you, I know no one. You are everything to me. Have you become tired of me? I have taken your chicks to my heart. Your eyrie is my home, and I have only you in this world." Simorg answered, "My dear son, I, too, have taken you to my heart, and you should know that I will never, ever leave you alone. But I was just your nurse. Now is the time to go back to your father. When your eyes see the throne and the royal crown, you will know that this place is not worthy of you." then gave Zal some feathers and said, "My dear son, should you get into trouble one day, throw a feather of mine into the fire, and I will immediately come to your aid."
Bravi to Shohreh, Vanessa, and also Brendon on his percussion debut. So I am so excited to share the entire piece with all of you next year. And if you like what you're hearing, please, again, consider making a now tax-deductible contribution to Catalyst New Music. No donation is too small for us, and everything you give really powers the work that we do, bringing timeless and timely stories to life. So in 2022, we produced my second opera in a world premiere concert reading, an opera called This Is Not That Dawn, that was set in part during the 1947 partition of India. And I could talk at length about how meaningful this production was for me as a second-generation Pakistani American, but I would like to defer to the incredibly eloquent words of one of our star cast members, Francesca Mehrotra.
Hi everyone, my name is Francesca Mehrotra, and I got to work with Catalyst New Music back in spring of 2022 during their workshop of This Is Not That Dawn. I got to play Anita in this beautiful story written about the partition between India and Pakistan. And I got to be part of this really beautiful production at a time in my life when I was really exploring broadening my musical horizons to expand beyond just opera. And it was getting to work with the team at Catalyst that reminded me what I love about opera, but also encouraged me to look beyond and open myself up to all the things that opera could be if I chose to look beyond what I stereotypically thought of it as. And I think that sums up so much of what Catalyst does so beautifully. They're making opera so much more accessible through focusing on sharing stories that may not have gotten to be heard before and including new styles of music that people might not necessarily expect to hear when they go to an opera. It's making opera so much more accessible, so much more creative, and so much more innovative, and it's engaging new audiences because of that, but it's also really encouraging the performers bringing that work to life to strive for higher and more holistic forms of artistry and musicianship. So I am feeling so grateful that I got to play a small part in that journey by being part of This Is Not That Dawn, and I'm so excited to see what lies ahead for Catalyst New Music, because I know that with the amazing work they're doing, they're going to continue impacting audience members' lives through beautiful music making and very impactful storytelling.
There, across the Nala, where the mango
I want to move like you.
A boy cannot move like me.
A man. Try me, teach me.
But when you
Well, it's that time of the evening. Thank you all so much for being here tonight and for sharing this milestone with us. And thank you to the Armory for hosting us. And I thought we'd send you off with an appropriately titled song, Homeward Bound. You have heard the multi-talented, multifaceted Laura Intravia already now as a singer, as a flutist, and now you will hear her voice as a composer. She will be singing one of the songs that she wrote in this past year's Fuse.